Welcome to the Run Your Day podcast, where our goal is to expand your focus and perspective on life. This is your daily dose of motivation, mindfulness, and so much more. And now, here to help you take your day back, your host, Dan Hafner.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome into another episode of the Run Your Day podcast. As always, Dan Hafner joining you here this morning. It is Thursday, January 24th. Today's topic is this: unbox yourself. As always, thank you all so very much for joining. Sit back, relax, and enjoy today's show. So, I actually just kind of clicked that button and started going here without my exact plan on what I was going to start on. So, I am just kind of winging it here to start. I have all my notes here prepared. I have located them. Now I'm good to go. So, yesterday, there was something that happened to me while I was at my job here, and I really wanted to share it with you guys. And if any of you are listening that have already been through this, just bear with me. So we had a trainer come in from out of town, guy that's very specialized, been there for a very long time at training, people in the sales world and selling and things like that. And basically put us all in this room and gave us a picture up on the board. And it was a picture of a really nice, picturesque cabin in the woods somewhere, whether it was Colorado or wherever. But it was just all snow covered. There were two girls sitting out front drinking hot chocolate or whatever they were drinking. And it was just like it was like an Instagram profile picture, right? Like it was just peaceful, calm, beautiful scene, right? And he posed us this question. He said, okay, you and your family are vacationing here, and you hear on the radio that you have 2 hours until the winter storm of the century is coming down upon your location, upon your mountain. You're at the very top of it, and you have 2 hours to get off of this mountain, or you will literally die. And it's a very, very high mountain. What do you do? Go. And it was like, whoa, okay, interesting, right? And as we did this exercise, it was amazing, right? Like, did you just notice in your own mind right there, like this immediate sense of like an oh shit moment, like this sense of urgency, right? And the more that you get to thinking about like, what are the different things I can do, it puts your mind into this process of thinking outside of the box, right? You and I, as we go through our days, we place ourselves, whether we believe this or not, we place ourselves inside of a box, right? Inside of that box is you, your capabilities, your life, your situation, whatever is in your world is in your box, right? Like this is the way you function, the way you believe things, the way you believe you make money, the way you believe that your relationships are. Everything is in this box. And the size of this box is the size of your capacity and the way you think, right? That's why when they say people that think outside the box are thinking outside of basically what everyone has placed inside of this box as like this is the realm of possibility. So when something appears that's outside of that, it's outside the box. You see where that phrase came from? Right? So we're all inside of this box. We're all inside of like this way, these habits of thinking of what's possible, right? Like you might think, oh man, the only way off of that is just run down the mountain. Well, what if you took a door off and made it a sled? What if you took a mattress out of there and made it a sled? What if you had you could get a cell phone bar somewhere, climb up a tree, call for help, and get a helicopter, get airlifted off of there? Like there's so many different things if you really think outside the box that you can come up with, right? And the whole point of this is to get outside your box, to stretch the container that you put yourself in, right? You might not even realize that you're in a container. Like you have a set box that you live your entire life in. And it's not bad. It's not bad. Like we all are in it. I'm in a box, you're in a box. Like that's just the way it is. But what I'll have you consider is that your ability to stretch and pull and make that box malleable it already exists inside of you. Like you have the power to stretch your box and to make it bigger and different. Like I've learned this through the many books that I've studied, whether it's audiobooks, actual books, Kindle books, like the more I study, the more I realize the different possibilities out there, the different ways of thinking, different ways people have succeeded, right? The more you do fitness, the more you realize the different amount of programs out there, the different amount of dietary programs, right? There's a bajillion of them. But it's all what you decide to put in your box. So my question for you today is this. What can you do to start stretching your box or stretching your container, or whatever you want to call it? And in order to do that, you need to try new things. You need to think in different ways. You need to put yourself in these situations, right? These mental exercises will really, really help. Consider one where you're on a desert island and you see a tidal wave coming and there's literally nowhere to go. Like, what do? You're all alone. That's it. Like, what do you do? I'll just pose you that question, right? Think about this. Like, there's a sense of urgency, right? There's literally something coming that's going to kill you. Like, what do you do? What do you do? You have to think outside the box, right? Is there a barrier you can create? Is there a way you can hide, a way you can, swim out or do whatever it is, right? Like there's different ways to think about going about things. And these mental exercises, I think, are really, really helpful for that. And this one really kind of woke me up to this fact of like, wow, maybe I really haven't been thinking outside the box lately. Maybe I haven't been stretching my container lately, right? So my question for you is that, how can you start stretching your container? And my suggestion is to kind of think about these different situations, these different questions or scenarios of, what you would do, right? And you can always check out our Facebook page for more information or the different posed questions as well. Or feel free to post them up there for everyone to see. That's going to wrap up today's show. As always, thank you all for joining. Really hope you got a lot of value out of today's show. As always, like I said before, head over to the Facebook page, Run Your Day. Check it out. Post some stuff up. Help the community out. Be great. Thank you all for joining. Really appreciate you guys. Get after your challenge today. Stretch your container. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you for listening to the Run Your Day podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's show. If you did, feel free to share today's show with friends and family. Until next time, have a great day.